welcome to this special telecast of the Retail Jeweler for IIJS Signature 2024. And we have with us Colin Shah of Kama Jewellery. So, Colin, welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. As you know, the first show of the year, Signature, has doubled in size. It's now also in the Geo World Trade Center, and expected visitors are close to 30,000. Already 20,000 have registered, and it's going to set the agenda for the year. So, what are your expectations from this show?
Expectations are, I guess always high from any show, especially at the start of the calendar year. And, since we've been participating in Signature since its inception in Goa, many years back, we were only 50 booths. And from there, it's grown to becoming as big as Premier. So kudos to, the entire GJPC teams over the years, which have believed in this show and have only made it larger and larger. But it wouldn't have become, larger without the support of our retailers. And we always used to toy around with is February a better time? Is end of January a better time? Should we move it to, the beginning of January? Finally, this year, it's right at the start. It's at the, in the first week of Jan. And we're extremely, I guess, positive in some way towards it, because after premiere and then Diwali coming up and holidays and weddings, so you generally never get quality time with your retailers in these last 2-3 months. So at Signature, we get to spend some time with them again, over the show and the several networking events and seminars and everything which is always happening around the show. So looking forward to that in terms of spending some quality time with all our customers again.
Great. Colin, you are very strong in platinum and diamond jewelry business. Both these categories, how did they fare in the last 6 months of 2023? And how do you see them progressing from here? Are you seeing any specific trends, or you can share?
Diamond jewelry, like is a large universe, and so is platinum. But in both these categories, what Kama specializes in is the fast fashion, where it's like the entry level price points, or say must have kind of collections in a retailer's shop. And fortunately for us, both these categories are doing extremely well. And actually, the inventory turns which we see in the fast fashion category is as good or equal to or better than even in plain gold, because our price points are so good. It's between 20 and 50,000 rupees. So sometimes it's difficult to get a nice piece of plain gold jewelry in those kind of price points. So in diamond jewelry, we've always been focused on fast fashion. We continue to see it thriving. And the one trend which we're definitely seeing is that, whether it's even the tier two and tier three towns, and, I guess all kinds of new cities which are mushrooming as markets for diamond jewelry in the last couple of years, we're seeing that the trend is more towards Western, that they definitely want Western styling, or minimalistic, geometric shapes, that kind of look. So I guess the world is merging to an extent over there, that what, say, a woman in Paris or London is wearing and what anyone in India is wearing is the same now, in terms of fast fashion.
Okay, great. Someone was just saying, that out of the 140 crore population of India, hardly 5 or 6 crore is at the moment buying diamond jewelry. So the potential is huge. We are still to tap to a majority of the Indian population. And rightly, you are saying that tier 2, tier 3 is doing well, even tier 4, 5, and some of the regions which were slow to pick up on this category, like East or Central India, is now catching up with this category. You were the past chairman of GJPC, and you did take a lot of initiatives, to organize the business and help the industry. Where do you see 2024 taking us to? Because, as we know, we touched 4 trillion as an economy, growing very fast to become the third largest economy in the next 6 to 7 years. And jewelry is playing a key role. We are the second largest non-essential product now, and it's growing very fast. Can you tell us or share with us your vision, for the next 5 years, starting from 2024?
5 years would be a long time, to be honest, because that would be difficult to predict. But I mean, talking a little bit about 24 and 25, see, at least in the last 3, 5 years, and like all of us worked very closely on hallmarking, GST. We saw the industry through excise, so demonetization, everything possible, and the pandemic. So we had all kinds of things happening in the last 4, 5 years. Luckily, it's all behind us, and the industry, while entering 24, is entering on a very solid base where I don't think there'll be any tinkering on the taxation front. There won't be any tinkering on the duty front because there's election coming, so I don't think there's any fiscal space for the FM to do anything on duties. So we're going to enter a stable, year where nothing happening on customs duty, nothing happening on GST. Hallmarking is only going, more and more mandatory across the country. So there's going to be a certain amount of confidence when it comes to our category in general. And then if you look at gold, we're in a bull run. The Fed has already said that they'll be decreasing interest rates next year. And if that happens, with gold and dollar having an inverse proportional relationship, for sure we'll see gold going up come Diwali in 24. Now you put in all this mix, uh, the national election coming up. So, we've always seen historically, if you take 2014, 19, or the elections before that, the run up to the election, there's always a lot of spending happening in the economy and things are good. But after the election, the next 6, 12 months are usually slow. So I think 24, 25 will be a little bit of that kind of year. And, that we'll have a very strong, I think, up to maybe IIJS premier, and then again, we'll have a little bit of roller coaster where 1 month on off till things stabilize into 25. And then we'll see the third term, hopefully Mr. Modi, taking the jewelry industry to greater heights for sure.
Great, great. Thank you very much, Colin. Thank you for your time. And we look forward to welcoming you on 4th of Jan at the IIJ Signature Show and wish you and the team at Kama a great 2024-25.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amit. Thank you.
Thank you.